G'day folks, here we are a day late again for the Purple Penny coin news video. Apologies for yesterday, we had a endless series of technical issues which I think I have resolved. I'm hoping that some people will show up soon and tell me that they can hear me. So other than the problems I was having yesterday with my computer and microphone and camera. Oh, hello David, thank you for telling me that you can hear me, that's good to hear. Other than that, those issues, the shop has been extremely busy. Yesterday we didn't actually get out here to do the video until almost 1 o'clock, and it's very heartening to, I guess, see people spending time on their hobby, and there's been people coming in buying all sorts of interesting things. There's mint product going out the door, there's pre-decimal coins going out the door, there's world coins, bulk pennies, bulk 1 and 2 cent pieces, and yeah, it's very heartening to see people having a bit of fun with their hobby. Buying has been quite good this week as well. We've had quite a few interesting things come in, nothing sort of exceptional, but some interesting things, which is always good to see. I do enjoy looking through what people bring in, even if they don't want to sell it and they just want to come in and get some information on it. We always have a good time looking through that stuff. So anyone here in Adelaide who's got something interesting to look at, please bring it in so we can take a look at it. Right, so let's say our hellos. Hello Mick and Alex and David and Neil and Robbie and Aaron, Kim, Jason, Mr. Tate up in Cairns, and Greg Gibbons. Hi everyone, thanks for joining in today. So news this week is primarily around the listings for next month. So you just saw a sneak preview there of what they were. You should know what they are by now. Most dealers have received their allocations from the mint, and our allocation was not good, which means that we are no longer taking names of people who are interested in receiving the new product, because we will not have enough to fulfill the interests that have already been expressed to us. Our allocation was lower proportionally than what we have been receiving, so I'm not exactly sure what is going on there. It's disappointing that we aren't able to get items for collectors that are just wanting these things for collection and for their collections rather than resale. So as a consequence, there probably won't be any stock on our website on release day on 1st of April, which is of intense disappointment for us, and we're doing our best at the moment to source some more stock, but the chances are we will be paying retail prices for that too, so it won't be available at retail, but probably some very small premium if we manage to actually get any at all. So apologies to all. One observation that Catherine made about the Indigenous military service coin was that it's not coming in a carded circulation version like the firefighter coin. It was a $10 firefighter coin, a circulation coin on a card, which we believed was put in place to compete with a certain coin dealer in Melbourne who creates those carded coins, and it's just interesting that they didn't do it this time, and I wonder if that certain coin dealer in Melbourne had words with the mint about that. Anyway, that's a bit of a conspiracy theory there for you to go along with. The March releases, that certain coin dealer in Melbourne and the Royal Australian Mint, I believe, had issues with their website, and last week and the week before there were a raft of people posting to social media about having their orders cancelled because of insufficient stock or website malfunctions. So I don't feel so bad about our little website having a problem from time to time. If those big organisations can't cope, I don't feel too bad about what we do at all. I should just say that, and you know, if you're a reseller, if you just buy to flip, well, good luck to you, but I must admit that I was quite upset to see the number of Bism the Shark coins popping up onto Facebook earlier this week for resale. People had bought 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and instantly put them up onto Facebook for, you know, a $30, $40, $50 premium. Look, you know, if you're doing it to flip and make a quick profit, well, good luck to you, but don't we won't be supporting that sort of behaviour. And if you're a known reseller, then, you know, you're going to find it tough to get supplies out of us, because we really just want to get these things out to collectors, and that's not for profit reasons. The profit that we make on a $70 coin is insignificant compared to people that flip them for a $50 immediate profit. So, you know, just be aware that we won't be supporting that sort of activity. The other bit of news is that the Australia Post is ramping up their activities for the Great Australian Coin Hunt 2, and they have invited us to stock those products, which was fantastic. They just contacted us out of the blue, which, you know, I'm super pleased about, and Catherine's super pleased about. So we have definitely put an order in for a bunch of that Great Australian Coin Hunt product, and it will be available from here in the shop. Now, those of you who don't remember, in 2019 the Great Australian Coin Hunt was a series of dollar coins with letters of the alphabet representing different Australian themed items, and you could buy them. You could buy an album by itself, or you could buy an album and a tube of coins, and I believe there was a proof set and a silver proof set as well. I can't say anything about the current product line, I'm not allowed to, but it's fairly similar. So do look out for that stuff coming up, and we should have it available certainly in the store here. Whether we'll have it available online or not will of course depend on how many we actually get. So that's an interesting thing to look out for. Not sure if they're doing the envelope privy type deal again like they did with the first Great Australian Coin Hunt or not. But you know, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. We're looking forward to carrying some Australia Post products. So I'll just run through the comments here. David said that he got Bism the Shark from our shop. Yes, that's like I said, we always try to support collectors where we can. And what else is being said here? Aaron's mentioned a bit about Australia Post is probably getting all the new releases. Aaron, I don't think Australia Post stock rolls, so I'm not really sure where all the rolls of the Indigenous Military Service coins are going. Now, I'm only passing on information that I've been told about the not stocking rolls. So, yeah, it's all a bit interesting. Hello, Wendy, how are you? So, just to remind you about the line listings for next month, that's them there. The hardest one to get is probably going to be that last one, the Paralympic proof, and I think all of them are going to be hard actually. The supply is quite small, it's spread amongst numerous resellers. I'm not sure what's going on, but if you are on an interest list, hopefully we can allocate you at least something. If you're not allocated something, then we can only express our regrets, and I guess if you've got a problem with our allocations, you're always welcome to contact the Mint and complain about it, and see if they'll give us more. Hello Basil, how are you? So Neil Coughlin is saying he's heard that Australia Post will have another privy envelope limited coin in the letter B, so it won't be the A this time, it'll be the B. That's an interesting rumour there, Neil. It'll be interesting to see if that turns out to be the case. Right, so that's it for news this week. I wanted to hark back to where we were a couple of weeks ago with uncirculated coins, and I don't know of those of you who were watching that a couple of weeks ago where we talked about what uncirculated means and the confusion around whether uncirculated is a type of product, or whether it's a method of manufacture, or whether it's a grade. Now, I believe that it is a grade. I'm a coin dealer, and uncirculated is a grade that describes the condition of a coin, and anyone who's getting started collecting coins needs to, at least I think, If you're collecting boxed mint product or uncirculated sets or whatever, then grading is probably not that important. But if you are collecting anything else, then being able to at least understand the basics of grading is important. So if we just actually have a look at what Is Uncirculated actually is again, that's the definition of uncirculated there. Uncirculated coins must display no wear. So that means that any missing design elements on a coin are due to weakness of strike, and that weakness of strike is that the pressure that the coin is struck at is not enough to fully make the all the design appear. So being able to distinguish between wear and weakness of strike is an important thing to know, because of course an uncirculated coin doesn't need to have all the design there, but the design that's missing can't be worn off. Now, one way of telling if a coin is uncirculated or not, or one indicator, is the what's called Cartwheel Luster, by looking at the Cartwheel Luster of a coin. And we'll just pop up this slide here. Sorry, I'm still struggling a little bit with technical problems here, but I'm doing it quietly with less swearing than yesterday. So Cartwheel Luster is the rotating spoke-like reflection of light from the surface of a coin as the angle of light changes. And if I just grab a coin from over here, now when I say angle of light, I mean that if you take a coin like this here, and I might have a point source of light over here like a lamp, and as I rotate it around like that, that's what the angle of light changing is. Cartwheel Luster means that I will see a white line move around the surface of the coin. And I've got a video, and everyone out there in internet land, wish me luck, because this is what bamboozled me yesterday. Right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. This is a video of Cartwheel Luster. So you can see there I've got a florin in my hands, and I've got a point source, which is a lamp, and I am just rotating the coin relative to that light, and you'll see there on both sides of the coin there's a spoke like pool of luster that moves around as I rotate the coin. So that is what I would call an uncirculated coin, because that Cartwheel Luster is undisturbed and unbroken. Now if I show you the other video here, and here we go, wish me luck again. This is a circulated coin, and you'll notice that around the letters of the coin the luster is really bright, but in the fields, and the field is the flat part between the face of the coin and the letters, that there's no real luster in that area, and that is called broken luster, and that's because the surfaces of the coin have worn and that luster is broken, and that coin is not uncirculated. And we can just show you one more view of that, and this is really going all out here for technical problems, potential technical problems. On the screen there you'll see that's those two coins that you saw in the video. The one on the left, on your left there, is circulated, and if you look where I'm drawing, you'll see that in this area here that is protected, you can actually see the luster, but then in this area here that is not protected in the fields, that luster is missing, and that's because the surfaces of that coin has been disturbed due to circulation or rubbing against other coins. Now compare that with the coin on the right, and you can see the strong cartwheels there and there. So the reason they call it cartwheel is because it's like a spoke of a wagon, so Cartwheel Luster. So that's Cartwheel Luster. Now David Sheridan has just asked a fantastic question about whether that works for pennies. The answer is, if they've got full bloom, which is that they've still got reflective surfaces, then yeah, it can work for pennies. But if the bloom is gone, perhaps they're toned and they're flat, so by flat I mean unreflective, then it won't work for pennies any longer. It also doesn't work for proofs or proof-like coins, so anything that has a mirrored surface, it won't work for that either. The Cartwheel luster is caused by microscopic lines in the surface of the coin, and those lines are put there by the die. As the die strikes coins, it develops sort of micro lines on the surface of the die, and they get transferred to the surface of the coin. Now, if the die is highly polished and those lines aren't there, or they haven't worn there yet, then you get a mirrored like surface on the coin, and then you don't get the cartwheel luster. And for bronze coins, because they tone flat, they can still be uncirculated, but they won't show that luster because they're no longer reflecting the light. So that's what, to me, that's one way that you can tell what an uncirculated coin is by looking at cartwheel luster. It tends to be the first thing that I look at with most coins. As David so rightly pointed out, it doesn't necessarily work on all coins, but it's a good way of getting started. So now I can hear the doorbell going bananas outside, and Catherine was probably out there freaking out. If anyone has any questions, you better ask them now, because I'm about to bug out of here really fast. No? Alright, well, I'd like to thank everyone for taking part and being patient with me from yesterday. I really did try super hard to get online yesterday, and I was very disappointed that I didn't get online. These videos don't prepare themselves. I have to take time to do them. So I'm glad that I've managed to get it done today. As always, if anyone's got any topics that they'd like covered for next week, please send us a message, give us a call, contact us through Facebook, send us an email, whatever it is, Pony Express, smoke signals, whatever you want to do. Let us know. We always like to talk about things. And everyone have a great weekend. Happy collecting. And stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.